Hello and welcome, my name is Ahuran and this is my Let's Play series of Stellaris! Yeah, Stellaris is out! And so far we are playing as the Lightbringers of Ahuran, a reptilian race, ruled as a Science Directorate. We are collectivists, we are xenophobes, and we are materialists. And we are also, if we go look at our race, I think we can see somewhere here. I think we already looked at this. We are collectivists, we are xenophobes, and we are materialists. Where can we see the rest? Anyway, we are also intelligent, strong, and we are decadent, so we need some slaves. So far, we have really not found anything of our home system. We found some traces of another FTL race here on Gulag, but we have found we found our first resource, engineering research. Well, at this point, we might as well start building something. It will cost us 90 minerals.
Complete.
And one energy to maintain. And we finished the surface queue here. So we finished that power plant, which will be put in use as soon as this hub grows, and it's actually halfway through, so it'll be sort of soon. So that can help us power this. So I'm just gonna start building this because there's nothing else so far. Just kind of sucky. Seems that our starting system is not a rich system.
System survey complete.
Okay.
Special project complete.
So we finished the first surveying of our first system. We have our army who has returned, or our navy, and I'm gonna send them to our home planet because if you have them in orbit around the planet, they cost less to maintain. Very nice, right? So we have established communication with the
Special project complete.
With the Federal League of Clans. After successfully translating the language, we have established communication with the Federal League of Clans. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. Excellent. You are speaking to the Federal League of Clans. Chancellor Dalukot is our elected representative, but in truth all citizens have a voice in our government. We strive to better ourselves through technology, a desire we do not expect primitive aliens such as yourself to understand. So they are also seem to be materialist. So either we do not care for the Fury's morality, they will not threaten our unity, or you will find yourself no match for us, Firali. First alien encounter. The news that we have encountered intelligent life for the first time has shaken our society to the core. Leaked footage of these bizarre creatures is spreading through media outlets across the Lightbringers of Ahuran, and many citizens have been gripped by panic. Rioting has been supported in several cities and locally. The strange sceners appear to have achieved a level of technology similar to our own, but they are clearly spacefaring. Whether they regard our great species with fear, hatred, or cold indifference is anyone's guess. We should assume the worst. And then finally we have crystalline entities are unbreakable. The crystalline entities, the name itself, a compromise between rival factions of xenobiologists and xenogeologists on Logan, are probably alive. An earlier and perhaps more scripted name for them was silicate animate matter, as they have little in common with biological life. They are solitary beings, each individual crystal sovereign, rarely seen with more than a sentinel and a smaller cohort entity. Aside from the cohort and sentinel clearly being subservient to the sovereign of the group, and the subtle nuances of the crystalline entity's socio-hierarchical relationships are lost to us. The entities do not seem to mate, and we have yet to observe any crystals that are recognizably older or younger than others. Contrary to an early hypothesis, the shifts in hue between individual crystalline entities seem to be related not to their age, but to their latent internal charge, which can be violently unleashed, and it appears if to sporadic fluctuations in this change alter the reflective properties of this crystal. So, living crystals. Let's find some practical, so we get crystal sonar modifier to your empire, which will allow us to instantly serve in any instantly serving any of their systems when entered for 30 minerals or 30 energy credits. Interesting. Anyway, let's set our science ships out, and we should probably check out this planet with a desert planet in. So let's survey that system. It seems like a fair route. Check out how fast is. Need to get to the border here first. It seems like fast is a pretty playable speed. So they got to this. Oh, it's nice that you get a notification that it happened. But we didn't get a notification that the construction ship is done. Let's send him to this system as well. Hopefully there will be something there for him to do. Nothing here. No resources. There will probably be some resources here, but we don't really want to be building a mining station here, since we want to probably... Oh, why didn't that do that? Follow him. So we could, of course, build a mining station here if there's something there that we need. But whatever's above my planet is actually one of these squares. So I would imagine that this square is the one that's being projected. So it wouldn't really make that much sense to build something to use this, since we can get it whenever we colonize the planet. Besides, there's no rush on science. Like, I built the other one mostly because we didn't really have anything else to do. But I don't want to be rushing science. I would really like to be rushing minerals and energy. But we haven't really been lucky with our choice in that matter. To that end, it might be a good idea to build a second science ship. I'll wait until we have 190 and then I'll do it, because I want to be able to build a mining station as soon as possible. Let's just
System survey complete.
survey this system and survey this system. Those are within our borders. Then this one isn't within our borders, but it also have a desert world. So we will survey this. Actually, I'm gonna go in here and then I'm gonna find the desert world here. And then we're gonna survey this system. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna survey this system first. And then we're gonna apparently you can't queue orders in system when you have orders outside of system, but anyway. That was a bit of a waste of time, but So far we really haven't found anything nice. So we are at 190 now. Let's build a second science ship so we can hopefully find some more stuff. And once that is constructed, we need a leader. Let's see if we have some nice leaders already that we can hire. Careful is still the guy we can get. Let's wait and see if someone will be generated by the time that science ship is finished. So far, right now nothing is going on, so we are just doing research on colony ships.
Anomaly found.
Okay, we found an anomaly. This time there's a 25% failure risk. The scorching heat of Cos3 is within the expected range. However, there are more unusual data being collected by our team. Further study is needed before a final report can be filled. So there's an anomaly on this planet, and it seems that it's a perfectly habitable world. It's filled with a lot of blockers though. But there's an anomaly. The anomaly though is a 25% risk. So I don't know. I'm thinking we wait until he reaches level 3 and then go back there. There's no rush anyway. What about this desert planet here? Yeah, that seems much better. It's the same size, but there's almost no blockers. Only 4 or 5 blockers. So this would seem like a good choice for our first colony.
Construction complete.
So we have a second science ship. We need to assign a leader. We need a new one. Might as well take this guy so we have a... we don't... These things... Ooh. Oh, this is research speed, yeah. So these ones won't affect a science ship anyway, so we might as well take this guy. I don't think I will be using him for anomalies, simply because I would like to focus my XP on one guy, but we might as well use him for surveying, which means that this science ship don't need to go there. I'm not sure how to break the queue though. We'll probably just have to do that manually. If we do a survey system here, cancelling that, and then we can do a survey system here. Oh yeah, we already saw that. So, when are you gonna find something for me?
Research complete. Anomaly found.
Found another anomaly, signs of precursor activity, and it was our first scientist who found it, so we're probably gonna research this right away. There's signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on a habitable world. So let's research that right away since there's no failure risk. Then we research new technology, and I instinctively paused, but we actually don't need to do that. Because as you can see, we can actually store research, so even if I forget to do some new research, it can be stored up and used. However, we do need to find something, so we can choose between deflectors. Deflectors are deflector shields for our ships, and they give a toughness, fortification toughness, to our planet. There are global energy management, which is energy storage, and power hubs, which is a unique thing you can build on a planet that produces 3 power and gets 10% energy credits. So you could guess you could use this to do specialized planets that produce a lot of power. Then there are gravitic sensors, which increases survey speed and gives gravitic sensors, which are medium things that increase sensor range. And then finally we can get fusion reactors, which are better components for power generations for a ship, generating 15 instead of 10 power. I think I would like something to improve our ships, so we can build up some better military from the get-go. Although survey speed would also be nice, but we do have 2 science ships now because we had really nothing to use our minerals on to start with. So let's do... I think I'm gonna choose fusion. I'm gonna take... Like, it would be nice to get fusion power because it could save slots on the generators, but we don't really have something to use the other slots on, so the only thing we would be actually saving were minerals, so might as well get some deflectors to make our ships more defensible. And then we found something from the Youth Empire. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Cosc 4. Our scientists think they inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago, based on the age of the artifacts. The aliens called themselves the Youth, and appeared to have been very large and fat arthropod analogues. It seems a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult, and it was apparently exceedingly rare for more than 2 of these yachts to travel aboard the same starship. Interesting.
Situation log updated.
So we got something here, the Precursors, so we need to recover 6 artifacts. We have recovered artifacts from the Youth Empire. They were an alien civilization that inhabited a portion of the galaxy roughly 6 million years ago. Physically, the Youth were very large and flat. Well, so we know, I think we read this already, so we have a mission to find more of these artifacts.
Hostile fleet detected.
So the space amoebas are on their way here, which I don't like. So let's just get you on to the next task here. Don't really wanna be messing with those space amoebas. And still we have found no minerals. It's beginning to look more and more like a restart if we don't find any. There's like no way we're gonna be able to do anything if we don't find minerals. And we have a neighbor pretty close by.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. This time a pretty serious anomaly. It's a level 3, so we can't really do anything about it yet. So let's just leave it for now. So they declared us a rival. So let's declare them a rival right back. We'll get some influence, and it kind of makes sense that we would rival a hostile enemy of a different race. They are hegemonic imperialists. They are individualists, they are xenophobes, and they are materialists, so... We are collectivists, so they are opposite in that way. Then of course xenophobes, so... yeah. Let's check out our policies. We haven't looked at that yet. Where do we see that? Probably here in the government. So we can see government here. Demographics. Oh, here we can see our intelligent, strong, decadent, and desert preference. Anyway, we have policies. So war economy, we can have static. We have semi-static, which gives extra military production efficiency if we have less war score and more if we have more. And dynamic, don't think we wanna... Slavery is of course allowed. slave procreation is allowed for now. Purge is allowed. Only for xenos, I think. Don't want to be able to purge our own. Yeah. Don't want to be able to purge our own species. We allow limited orbital bombardment. Our own species can migrate freely. Resettlement is allowed. Elitism, so only the leaders can vote. Leadership is only for the primary species, and first contact protocol is aggressive. Which makes sense. So, does that mean we could actually enslave someone here? Yeah. So we could enslave someone. So let's try it out. They would probably get less happy. So they get a little bit less happy, but we kind of lose the enslave malice on everything else on the planet, so it makes sense. It doesn't seem like they're producing anything extra. So of course we would prefer to enslave different species. I'm wondering if we should be doing this. If it makes sense. Of course it makes sense from a game standpoint, what do you call it, a mechanical standpoint, but does it make sense from a role-playing standpoint? I guess being decadent we would want slaves, and of course once we have access to slaves from other species, we won't have to enslave our own, but until then slaves are needed. These are a lesser part of the population, a lower caste, and they should be enslaved. Nice. Okay, let's see. Still haven't found anything. And I think it is time that I end this episode. Nothing much has happened yet. We haven't really found any resources, and I'm really not happy about this start. I think we're gonna go for 1 or 2 episodes more, and if we don't start finding stuff, I think we're gonna have to do a restart, because we're gonna be way too weak with this start. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode in spite of this. If you did, consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, have a good day.